As a poet?
Well, I've been writing poetry for some time. I just never really shared it. It's kind of like a coping mechanism, whereas I write to express myself.
Okay, did you just start sharing it in the last year or so? Or was it longer?
2 years ago, I went to my first open mic, and that's where I kind of got a feel for it.
Was it in the Twin Cities here?
Yes. It was at Heritage Tea Cafe. I can't remember the event by heart, but it was around the time that Heritage had first opened, and I believe Joe Davis was hosting a open mic, and I went there to support, and I ended up going up and actually reciting one of my poems.
Did you say throwing up?
Huh?
Did you say throwing up or going up?
Going out.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know, you might have been so nervous that you just ended up throwing up, so I don't know.
No, I like going up to
the stage or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Did you write poetry as a kid at all?
I actually did. The first poem that I wrote that was a big deal for me was every year they hosted like an annual Martin Luther King breakfast, and I was in the 8th grade. I was in the 8th grade, and our teacher gave us an assignment, and they were like, you can write a poem or something that inspires you, and they were going to be submitting them. And everyone didn't have to submit theirs. I was just like, okay, I can submit it. It doesn't matter. And so I had wrote a poem that was dedicated to Martin Luther King Jr., and it actually won, so I got invited out to go to the breakfast, and I got to say the poem in front of the attendees. So that was my very first poem. I think that I realized I was like, okay, I guess I am writing poetry, and ever since then, it's just been a thing where I write in my journal, and it's basically me telling my story. But I put it in a way where others can find their own story within.
Yeah, totally. Do you find like themes in your work, like issues of class or gender, that you tend to write more about than other themes?
I feel like the theme that I write about most is pain.
Okay.
Because I've been through so much, so like I said in the beginning, it's like my coping mechanism. It's my therapy. So every poem that I write, it's about an experience that I've been through. I still haven't figured out my style yet because it's still kind of new to me, as in like actually performing and reciting my poetry. But they all kind of stem from something that I've been through, whether it's been trauma. I've written poems for my relatives. Like when my grandfather passed away, I wrote a poem dedicated to him, talking about our friendship from childhood all the way up into adulthood, when he transitioned to my great-grandmother, from the stories that she used to tell me about my childhood all the way up into the last story she told me the day before she passed away. So I guess it's just information that I receive from my loved ones or experiences that I've been through that kind of motivate what I write. And I don't really think too much on it. I kind of just like sit down with my journal or with my phone, and if I'm feeling some type of way, I just start to write, and it just comes out.
That's pretty cool. How exciting is it to compete in that poetry slam?
It was really exciting. That's actually my first poetry slam. I literally wasn't even going to compete. I was only going to support my friends, and one day one of my friends texted me like, hey, did you submit your poem? And I'm like, no, I wasn't planning on submitting a poem. I don't want to do a poetry slam. I just want to come see you guys.
Right.
And I don't know, something in me clicked, and I was like, what the heck, I'm just going to submit it. And that's how I ended up in it. I wasn't really expecting to win. I really did it more as a challenge for me, because I'm not used to speaking in big crowds. The funny thing about it is I act and I model, so I'm used to being in front of crowds, but not speaking in front of crowds. So how I've been challenging myself is, memorizing monologues and trying to talk in front of big crowds, basically. So when I submitted and I found out that I was going to be in it, I was like, okay, cool. When I found out that I was going to be first, I was like, oh, snap. Like,
I know,
okay,
right?
now you're really challenging yourself.
You got put on the spot there.
Yeah, they called me off guard. I got the email, and they were telling us I ordered them what time to be in, and I was like, wait, and I'm actually friends with Dan Delta, so I was like, wait a minute, what? I'm first? And
You
she's
said
like,
you're friends with who?
Jan Delta, the
The host, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been like communicating with her too, and I kind of asked her for an interview, but her time has been kind of filled up. If you have a chance to speak with her at all and tell her that I spoke with you and interviewed with her, maybe that will kind of motivate her to get back to me.
Okay, great. Yeah,
That would be really. Yeah, that would be awesome. Did you? So you knew some of the other poets too, then?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and so you felt comfortable performing with them?
Yeah. So what was really special about that moment was we all kind of know each other from back in high school, college. We all kind of have different friendships, but we all kind of know each other.
Uh-huh.
And I was really nervous, and I was like, I'm going first. Like, I'm going to forget my poem. Like, I've never had to memorize my poem. I usually have my phone with me or have a piece of paper that I wrote it on. I've never just memorized it because I never had anticipated on reciting it for a big crowd like that at a poetry slam at that.
Right.
So I thought, like, okay, well, if I'm like last or something, at least I can get a feel for what the vibe would be like. But I was like, no, I'm first. So one thing that they did that really made me feel good and confident within was they were like, all right, well, we're going to come out there. We're going to be a part of the audience, because it was like the show was just started and people were still coming in and it was still kind of empty. So by the time I actually got on stage, it was like a full crowd. And when I was looking at the faces, I was finding their faces and they kind of calmed down. So, yeah, I felt like that was a beautiful experience, and they really helped aid me in, overcoming that challenge. Not all of them knew that this was something new for me, but my closer friends did, and so they were telling me how proud they were of me, and I was like, I'm proud of myself, because I never thought that I would memorize a poem and say it in front of a crowd this big. I've been to small, open mics where it's a couple people in the audience, but never nothing like this, so yeah.
Yeah, so now you'll be able to do even more of them probably, because you kind of, broke the threshold, and now you'll feel a little bit more confident about doing that.
Yes, I definitely feel. I was telling my friend Chanel McCoy, who was one of the ones that performed, I was telling her, like, I wasn't really happy with my performance, but for some reason when I got off stage, I was like, I want to do more of these. So, and I'm like, I have archives of poems that I've written and I've never shared, and I'm just like, they're just sitting there. So maybe I can tell my story, and maybe I'll be telling someone else's story, or a story that someone else can relate to. I'm like, I don't even want to be selfish with this anymore. I want to, share. So, yeah, I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot more open mics and poetry slams in the future. I did sign up for their next poetry slam that's supposed to be happening in 2020, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I think a lot of people really got inspired too, because I was sitting there with my sister too, and she even felt like, hey, I could do this, like they're doing it. I think I could do this. So I think it opened up a lot of people's eyes that night. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yes.
And so you did touch base on how you plan on being in the next poetry slam, but are you working on anything right now as far as poetry or things besides slams?
Yes, I actually am. I'm actually curating my own fashion show, and so I'm in the planning process of that right now. That will come in January.
And where will that be?
I haven't determined my venue yet, but
okay.
I plan on releasing that within the next month. We're still in that planning phase of getting people involved and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But the date is set. It's for January 25th of 2020, so that will be the day. It'll be me actually launching my brand, and it's me. Oh goodness, it's me launching my brand and making a platform for artists that kind of get overlooked in the Twin Cities to come out and celebrate their craft.
And did you say the 25th or the 5th?
I'm sorry?
Did you say the 5th or the 25th?
25th.
Oh, okay.
25.
All right. So is it like, because like when you say your brand, what does that exactly mean?
So I can't really reveal it right now.
But is it just like a fashion line that you created, or is it, just revealing other people's clothes? I'm a little bit confused about that.
Yeah, so basically I am a model, like I said in the beginning. I model, and I act. And me as an artist, I've never really made a name for myself. People just know me as Milaya, and I'm introducing my brand as Milaya along with a platform that I'm calling it in this moment Project M&M, but it's going to be it's like I said before, it's going to be a platform for other artists and other designers and other stylists and other models to be able to come, and if they want to show their work, as if they want to do a fashion show, I'd be the one to curate that for them. If they want to, showcase their own brands by, having a pop-up shop, then I would be the one to do that. So it's just kind of me introducing that. That's a part of the fashion show. It's actually going to be a fashion show and a game night combined together.
Game nights too, you said?
Yes.
What kind of game night? Sorry to get so specific.
It's going to be a black game night. So last year we launched a black game night, and we had collaborated with the University of Minnesota, CSU, and it was a success, and everyone was asking, like, when is it coming back? And so I collaborated with my friends that that curated with me last year, and we are going to combine that with our fashion experience. So the theme of it is going to be a hella black fashion experience, and it's dedicated to melanated artists in the Twin Cities who are looking for opportunities to showcase their brand.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I had no idea that you were just so well-rounded like that.
Yeah, I'm just now kind of like getting out there. I had moved to Atlanta for some time, and while I was out there, I got really inspired. So I'm like, I can do this back at home and bring the communities together too. So that's kind of what kind of inspired me. It's been a vision for a long time, but having that opportunity to step out and see other individuals doing what they had envisioned inspired me to come home and do what I've been envisioning for so long. So.
Oh, that's awesome. So I'm just going to stop the recording, and I'm just going to take some general information from you.